Good morning. It has been a while since we've talked. I just kind of needed a hot minute and it has been a very long week. I started my part-time job, so a lot going on with that. But I decided to do a little impromptu 24-hour reading vlog. I've already kind of started, but there's just some books I want to knock out. Also, just this is it. It's like, why would I want to film a 24-hour reading vlog right now? Because, wow, she is really popping. But anyway, I am going to try to make it through several books here. So I was like a little under 100 pages into Serpent and Dove, and I really want to go ahead and knock this out. It's a pretty fast read, in all honesty. I've been sitting here reading it, and I'm on like page 136 now. And obviously Blood and Honey is coming out this week. Today's Saturday, by the way. But I want to reread Serpent and Dove so that I am ready for Blood and Honey. But here's the thing. I ordered the Fairy Loot Blood and Honey collector's box. So they sent out an email saying that it probably won't make it out until October. So, and the book is out on September 1. So we've got a while. But that's fine. You know, in a month, like, obviously I'm not going to forget what happened in Serpent and Dove. But anyway, reading this, I also ordered, I've seen a lot of people talking about the Hating Game, and I'll tell you, honestly, there was this art that I'll pop up a picture of by Salties on Instagram that I saw for a Quarter Books and Family. They commissioned the art for book sleeves, and it made me want to read the book. So, The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. And it's a romance, so I think it'll be a pretty quick read. I ordered that one to start today as well, hopefully, in this 24-hour reading vlog. And then after, if I finish those two, I don't really know when I want to pick up. I might try to finish Water's Wrath, which is the 4th book in the Air Awaken series, which I feel like I've talked about 24/7. So either that or From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout might be my other read. I've already read it, but the 2nd book in that series comes out on Tuesday as well. So I know I'll get to that one before Blood and Honey. But anyway, long story short, we're doing a 24-hour reading vlog. It's happening. We've started. It was, I think I started a little bit before 11:30 on today is Saturday. So yeah, here we go. Let's get started, peeps. I keep getting sidetracked, but I wanted to check in because I am, like I said, like 150 pages into Serpent and Dove, and I'm at the part now. Also, okay, wait, let's back up for a second. This vlog is going to be a spoilery reading vlog. It's obviously like a 24-hour reading vlog, and I feel like Serpent and Dove has been out long enough, and enough people have read it, that it's going to be kind of spoilery. So if you're not into spoilers, this probably isn't the video for you. But anyway, so we are to the point now where, should I give a like brief summary? Maybe I should. So we followed 2 people. This is a dual POV. It's in like the early, maybe like, is it 16 or 1800 type vibe, France. That's kind of what I get. And we follow Lou, who is a witch. We don't know too much about her witchiness, but she is on the run. That's kind of what we get. Like, she lives on the streets, she's on the run, she dresses in a lot of disguises, and she's pretty crass. And then we also follow Reed, who is a Cheshire and he is a witch hunter. So he is very like prim and proper, and it's very like religion centered type for him. And he and Lou kind of meet in like very interesting circumstances, and she basically like, I don't want to say tricks him into like, it's kind of hard to describe. So basically he sees her in like several different settings, and she breaks into a like a well-known person's house in the like neighborhood basically, and she's looking for this ring because this ring can hide her from who she's running from, which we still don't know much about that, but she's looking for this ring, and she knows this guy has it, and they're going to break into his house. So they break in, and but there's an informant who kind of lets the Chastures know that there's going to be a witch breaking into this person's house and that they need to watch it that night. So he happens to be there, of course, while she is breaking in, and they kind of like, he sees her and it's this whole thing, but she manages to escape because she got the ring. And the next day, like, she is sleeping at this theater in like the top roof rafters of the theater, and she kind of like wakes up and there's a play going on because she overslept. So she goes to try to find like a bathroom situation, and she ends up like running into him there, and he recognizes her because she got away the night before, and he's real mad about it. So he pretty much like tries to grab her, and it's this like kind of fight, and they fall onto the stage, and it looks like he is like tracking her down, like, and abusively beating her up, basically. And so it ends up that in order to get out of the situation, the Archbishop gives him the option, basically, she can go to jail or she can marry him, and they can make it look like she was this bad wife who didn't listen to her husband. It's that kind of vibe. So we're to the point now where they've pretty much gotten married, and he can't stand her. Well, I don't think he can't stand her. He wants to treat her as his wife because that's like his honor-bound duty, and she just wants to drive him nuts. Like, she's so crass and he can't stand it. And so their banter is actually really fun. So I find myself like laughing out loud a lot because their banter is so funny. But anyway, yeah. So it's a good time. That's kind of like the vibes of where we are. That's what's going on. Yeah, so I'm going to keep going. Hey guys, I am leaving the pool. Spent a few hours here and read The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and let me just tell you, I can't put it down. I can't wait to go home and just like finish it because it's so good. It definitely reminds me of, it's like The Office in a fanfic. It's definitely giving me off like Jim and Pam vibes if they hated each other. And I am loving it. So basically we follow Lucy, who works at a publishing company, and the publishing company was going under, so they decided to merge with another publishing company, and the merger like didn't really go all that well. So they basically, there's there's very clear divides in the office, if that makes sense, between the two different groups of people who came together. So she is the assistant to the CEO of her publishing company, and then she works directly with this guy named Josh, who is the assistant to the other CEO. And they work in like the same office suite, like all of the same things. Like, it's kind of crazy how they just are like up under each other all day long, and they hate each other. So they play like these stupid little games just to like try to make the other one flinch first, or call HR. Like they report each other to HR all the time. I mean, it's like a big deal. Like, they literally hate each other. But of course, like, is there a little bit of desire under there? Yeah, that's what we're finding out. So it got pretty intense because Lucy has taken a lot of these things very personally, and it's kind of messed her up. Like, the way that their like hate game has gone on, like, it's made her feel like, you know, she's very isolated, and that it's really hurt her self-confidence. and she definitely like called him out on that, and I don't think that was his intention. Obviously, he's not like a jerk like that. Well, I don't think he is. Maybe that was just his way of flirting. I'm sure we'll find out why he acted like that and why he kind of treated her that way. But I'm about 100 pages in, and it's been really good so far. So I'm gonna drive home now, and I'll catch up with you. Guys, I cannot put this down. I was reaching for it, getting gas. Like, I read it before I got in the shower. I read it after I got in the shower. I cannot stop. And also, side note, so she likes to call him Joshua, and it reminds me so much of that episode of Friends where Jennifer Aniston's dating the guy named Joshua, and that's what she calls him instead of Josh, and it makes me laugh every time. Anyway, it's really good. Noticed a interesting thing about books lately, that everyone seems to have like a specific sweat smell. Like, for example, she says that he smells like, I think, rainwater and cedar. I mean, can I sign up that when I work out and am sweaty that I smell like rainwater and cedar? Because I'm pretty sure I don't. Does anyone? Have you ever smelled someone who's sweaty and that they smelled a specific way? Let me know. I'm curious. Okay, I'm just checking in. I got distracted and FaceTimed with 2 of my friends for 2 hours. Whoops. So we're still reading. I'm on like page 223 out of like 315 maybe. So definitely on track to finish this one here shortly, and then I'll reconvene on Serpent Dove, and I'm about halfway through that one. So just giving a brief little check-in, and I'm still loving this. Man, we're hot and cold though. This is like a true hate, like love-hate relationship. So, and I will say, like, there was a point in time where Lucy, our main character, was getting on my nerves a little bit. I felt like she was really throwing herself at Josh, like, hardcore, and that a little bit annoyed me, but I think it's gonna pay off, and I'm still getting Office fanfic vibes. So good. I gotta ask, does Sally Thorne love Friends? Because there are so many Friends Easter eggs that I don't know if they're meant to be, but there's definitely at least one, because they always do like Joey's "How You Doing," and then they also, obviously, the Joshua thing that I've already brought up. And then they're at this wedding, and Lucy just made reference to Josh, like, not climbing out the window, which is what Rachel did at her own wedding. She climbed out the window. So, I've gotten so many Friends references out of this book. It's hilarious. Okay, it's 12:10. I finished the hating game, and it was so cute. Okay, I will say, I tend to like my romance books to err slightly on the more, maybe trashy side, if we want to put it that way. And this one's not. It definitely didn't really heat up, quote unquote, until, God, like 300 pages in, and it's a 360 page book. But the banter is great. The story is really cute. I love, you can really hear Zelda in the background. Apparently I really like reading to the sounds of Zelda. I figured that out. Let me pause. So as I was saying, the banter is great. The storyline is really cute. And Josh is one of the sweetest. I mean, he was a royal jerk in the beginning, but man, I've not read like such a, like, I've not read a book with a guy who is not like the domineering type. Like, he definitely tends to be more domineering, but when they're alone and together, he's like way more on the shy side. So that was a really interesting thing that I haven't read before. But yeah, it was really cute. I'm actually interested to check out some other books like this. Like maybe her other book, I think she wrote one that's like 99% mine. So I may pick that up. So yeah, really cute. I kind of want to already read it again. It was really good. I enjoyed it and every second of it. I mean, I really couldn't put it down today. So I'm going to pick back up. It is, like I said, about 12:15. I'm sitting out here with all the cats. So got Zelda going on in the background. I don't know, for whatever reason, I can like zone out to some Zelda. I never know what, I can't sit in silence. I really don't like it. So I like to read with something going on in the background, but it can't be like, I can't watch something that I want to pay attention to because I won't be able to concentrate. So Breath of the Wild has been one of those things where now that I've watched it all the way through again for the second time, I can just have it in the background and it's just solid. It's like my own ASMR. Video game style. So anyway, I'll check in with you guys before I go to sleep. It is 1:39 and I finally retired to the bed chamber. I have made it to, I have made it to about page 300 in Serpent and Dove. So we're kind of to the point now where Reed and Lou feel like they're maybe not so, like, they maybe don't hate each other as much as they thought. So we're starting to get, like, you know, those little butterflies, the flutters of like liking someone maybe more than what they thought. So yeah, in terms of like plot, we do know that Lou's mom is the one that's after her, and she's here essentially, but we don't know where is here. So but nothing has really like happened as of right now. Like, I mean, we're still just kind of building everything up. So anyway, I'm probably not going to check in anymore unless like something crazy happens. I'll probably just check back in the morning, but I'm going to keep reading here in bed now. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys soon. Also, can I just say that I'm pretty proud. I've read 550 pages today. Yeah, because I started around page 100 for Serpent and Dove this morning, and I'm now on page 300. And then I finished The Hating Game, which was 360 some pages. So I have read a pretty decent chunk today, and I'm pretty proud of that fact. So I definitely think I'll finish Serpent and Dove. I don't know that I would finish anything else if I started it at this point. So definitely will probably just stick with finishing Serpent and Dove. But I mean, still, I've got like 200 pages left, and that'll be a pretty significant chunk. Oh, hey, Raj. What are you doing, buddy? Driving me nuts. Okay, good night. right on time. I finished Serpent Dove. It's 11:15, so I think I did pretty dang good. So Serpent Dove was 500 and... let's see. 513 pages. So finished that one. I did start, I will say, I did start and I was 100 pages into it already. So read like 412 pages of that, and then also finished the Hating Game yesterday, which was also great. So anyway, I will wrap this up here in a little while. Hey guys, just wanted to take a second to wrap up this 24-hour reading vlog. I feel like it was super successful. I was able to complete 2 books. I read over, let's see, so I read 401 and 350, 60 in the other one. So, I mean, definitely quite a bit of pages. Like, what is that? 750? Yeah, so pretty good. The first book I read was The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And I think if I'm being honest with myself, it's probably more of a 4.5 star read for me, just because like in romances, I like a bit more like steaminess to them. And this one didn't really get that way until like the last 50 pages. So it was a lot of buildup, which I don't always enjoy. I mean, yeah, it was great when it happened. And I definitely like felt the chemistry between the 2 characters, and the hate to love is definitely there. Like, it was one of the best hate to love romances that I've read. Apparently this whole vlog is like a hate to love situation. But anyway, it probably is more of a 4.5 star read for me just because of that fact. It's just something I prefer in my romance novels. But overall, I really did enjoy this book. If you are looking for if you love The Office, this is definitely the book for you, because it gave me major Jim and Pam vibes if they hated each other. And there were so many Friends references, and I don't know, I know at least one was purposeful, but I don't know if the other 2 were, but I talked about those earlier, which I thought that was great as well. So yeah, definitely pick this up. And the other book that I finished was Serpent Dove, and I had read 100 pages of this prior to starting this 24-hour reading vlog, and then finished the other 400 pages last night and today. Actually, this is the second time I've read this book, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I enjoyed it more this time. I remember like this got so hyped up when it first came out. I mean, heck, even like SJM like blurbed it, so obviously, you know, I'm gonna pick that up. But I feel like I was just kind of not underwhelmed. I just felt like it got so much, like, it was so hyped up that to me, I was just kind of like, I mean, yeah, it was good, but I probably would have liked it more had it not been hyped up. So I've not really picked it up since then. I've got some of the fan art, like, you know, I definitely enjoy that, but it's not been high on my radar since then. And I'm looking forward to Blood and Honey, but I wasn't like going out of my way to be excited for it. But anyway, I will say the reread of this was actually way better. I actually enjoyed it more this time around than I think I did the first time. I absolutely adore Reed. I think he's precious. I love Lou. I think she's great. I'm excited to I'm really glad that I picked this up again before Blood and Honey, before trying to pick that up, because I would have forgotten so many characters. Like, I'm excited to learn more about Beau, and I think Jean-Luc is going to be a pretty good villain if I'm feeling it right. And I just love Ansel, and I think he's so precious. But anyway, I'm excited now for Blood and Honey. And honestly, this one was a 5-star read for me. And again, like I said, it was better than the first time. So anyway, this was great as well. I have ordered a couple of things. I think I'm going to do a specific reading vlog for Blood and Honey, just because I've ordered a couple of things that I would love to unbox during that reading vlog specifically for it. But I will say I'm slightly disappointed with the fact that I've ordered it from Fairy Loot and their box for Blood and Honey is not coming until October. So that means I'm not going to read it until October. And that just kind of makes me a little bit sad. I don't know, Fairy Loot has had some issues lately when it comes to that stuff, and that's kind of annoying because I don't want to go buy, this is the Fairy Loot edition of Serpent Dove, and I don't want to go buy another edition of Blood and Honey. I just don't. I have a lot of editions of books, so I really don't want to buy a second edition. So anyway, I think I'm just going to wait till October. I'm still going to remember it in a month and it'll be fine. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was actually a really fun, low-key 24-hour reading vlog. I feel like it was easier than the last one that I did. And if you haven't seen that one, I can link it up above. But I feel like this was really successful overall, like 750 pages read. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.